afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the 100th Centennial for Winifred, Montana. We ask that you rise as the American flag makes its way down Main Street. J.J. Sealstead is carrying the American flag. She's the daughter of Paul and Jean Sealstead. The Montana flag is being carried by Amber Larson and Robin Boyce carrying the Centennial flag. Car number 300 is driven by Travis Wilson. He is carrying the Grand Marshal Rosie Foreman. The 66 or 7 Olds Tornado was bought by Bill and Rosie, brand new. Looking good, Rosie. Number 301 is the 56 Ford Thunderbird, driven by Paul Guys, and he's carrying the Grand Marshal Donald Smith. Good thing that Ford's going downhill. 302 is carrying the Grand Marshal Fran Stoltz. She's being carried by Scott and Diane Lutz in their Willys Jeepster. Fran Stoltz. Good to see you, Fran. 303, the Grand Marshal Tom Ford. He's in a 36 Plymouth owned by Robert Ellert, driven by Abby Hall. 304, Grand Marshal Glenn Wildung. He's riding in a 78 Corvette owned by Keith Arnson. Number 305 is Grand Marshal Larry Wickens. We'll see lots more of the Wickens family as they have a float coming up later in the parade. He's riding in a 68 Chevy Chevelle. Purchased in 1985 for $100. It's owned by Gordy Kaufman. And 306, Grand Marshal Gert Hamilton. She's riding in a 67 Ford Galaxy, bought originally in Lewistown, and it's owned now by Frank Carr. All of the Grand Marshals are born in the community. All are over 85 years old. Coming now down Main Street is the Albatude Shrine Motor Patrol. You're watching Katie Karlstrom. She's got a beautiful Palomino horse using a side saddle. She's wearing Claire Crackling's wedding dress. She's the daughter of John and Kristen Karlstrom. Number 5 is Anna Slivka. She's the daughter of Aaron and Shane Slivka. Oh, embarrassing moments in life, Chris. You have to clean up your own mess. She's riding her horse called Skip. Her saddle is a George Lawrence Saddle Company saddle from Portland, Oregon. She's also got a George Lawrence rifle scabbard. Nice job, Anna. Next is the Knox family, Matt, Carla, and Sarah. Knox Ranch out on the old Harry Ford place. North of Winifred. Good to see you, Matt and Carla. In the Arabian costume is Deanne Boyce, daughter of Gary and Marietta Boyce. She's wearing the Arabian costume. And her sister Bree is wearing the Native American outfit. I thought you were just sunburned. Both daughters of Gary and Marietta. Deanne and Bree. In the Charo outfit is Carrie McKean from Colon. Traditional Charo saddle, Appaloosa horse. Next is Aaron Hayden from Pigeon Falls, Wisconsin, riding on American paint and pony cross. Number 11 is Leanna Gloin. Just started riding this year. She's riding Little Appaloosa. 12 is Bill McKean, just along for the ride. Here Jim's a wagon owned by the Glass Farm and Ranch from Denton. They're fourth and fifth generation farmers and ranchers over in the Denton community. They down Old Glass Trucking. Next we have the number 14s at DeMars Ranch. Joe and Jody are in the controls. Joanna is in the wagon. Samantha, Rebecca, and Anthony are riding horseback behind. And the family dog. Joe and Jody and family. Nice outfit, Joe. Next wagon is the Boyce Ranch, a pair of Belgian horses, and a genuine Studebaker wagon. Being driven by Dee and Martha Boyce and Cole Hunsacker. Hi, Martha. Number 16 is Paul and Lindsay Rickle. They own and train horses at Mill Creek Quarter Horses out of Lewistown. Those little girls, I believe, belong to Lance and Emily Hagan. Okay, here comes the Latre family now. Woo! Including Leah, Asha, Helena, Rowan, Fiona, and Dolly, the zebra. The only zebra in the parade. Next we have number 18 is Darlene Tom and Savannah Robinson, representing the Tom Farms from over at Moore. Here's the Simac family wagon, driven by Jolene and Jeff Ellert from Winifred. Looking good, Jeff. Here comes the Butcher Rolling Hills Ranch. They're celebrating their 100th year in the community. Homesteaded 1913. Ed and Pam and family, thanks for the barbecue yesterday. Enjoyed by many folks. And it's also their 50th wedding anniversary. Gracious sakes. Next comes three riders from the Easy Rider Saddle Club in Lewistown. Hi, Sarah.
Heartland Riders.
Heartland Riders, you bet, in Lewistown.
Ed Butcher.
Ed Butcher wagon?
Yes.
Okay. Ed Butcher horse and wagon, and with a woman driver. She's working with her training wheels. Here comes Travis and the flag of the Butcher Ranch and all the Butcher kids.
Happy hunting. Thanks, Jason.
Next will be the Reppy family, 75 years, Tom and Marion Reppy. All these little wagons are made by Tom Reppy. Long-arm Lunds are back, Monica and Tel Lundy, 199. Here comes the float from Mid-State Signs. Mid-State Signs, formerly of Lewistown, now Winifred. Make sure your kids pick up candy, not something else. Mid-State Science Trucks.
Look at that.
201 is the Montana State Bobcats traveling promotional outfit, sponsored by the MSU Alumni Foundation. Thanks to Norm Osbjornson. Number 202 is going to be the Stultz Ranch and the Judith River Floaters. Standing tall. Yep, every one of them tall. Is Rudy driving the truck? Yep, he is. Here comes the DY Garage.
Get over here, Mommy.
Tractor was bought from Oscar Osbjornson in 1918, the year the DY Garage opened. The implement was originally opened by Osbjornson and Moe, and then taken over by Big Oscar Sons Butanoski. Osbjornson family. There's Norman. Hi Norman, thanks for all you do for this community. Thank you very much. 204 is the Wickens Ranch. John L. Wickens homesteaded in 1911, 4 miles west of Suffolk. His sons Jack, Larry, and Tom started the Wickens Brother Construction in 1955. Matt, Eric, Diane, Dave, there's a bunch of them. .205 is the American Legion float. It's a 1956 Cushman golf car, restored by Edna Wagner's son-in-law. More American Legion. 206 is going to be the Bergam family entry. That little Model T was built by Jerry Bergam for the '63 Winifred 50th celebration 50 years ago. 207 is the Arns and Angus family, raised and registered Angus since 1955. Keith and Doug and families. Number 208 is Kim Brown. She is from Winifred and she's running for Miss Teen Montana this coming October. Kim Brown from Winifred.
Get over here. Wild Indian. Candy, candy, candy.
Number 209 is going to be the Winifred State Champs float. They won football state in 91 and 2009, girls basketball in 93, 95, 96, and boys basketball 74, 2008, and 2013. And the Bold Ranch. Hi Bob, Spencer, and the coaches too, Todd and Jim, excuse me, referees and coaches, Dave Udelhoven. All right.
A real rough job the whole season.
Number 210 is the Mayor Bo, Deputy Duke, Ed Hagan and crew. Mayor Bo, putting the fight on crime. Here's the Wilden family celebrating 100 years in Winifred. 212 is the PN Ranch. Originally started by Power and Norris in 1893. Riding for the brand. 213. George and Eileen Econom family. Model T. George drove in 1963 with their children in the 88 parade. Now he drove it in 88 with the grandchildren. Dirksen family is 214. These are the Dog Creek Bears. 216 is the Winifred FFA. Nice float, gang. Here's a class of 1962. 62, I thought it was 42. Oh, excuse me. Here's a Chevy by Dwayne Sparks Chevrolet in Lewistown. And 219, here come the Greeks. The family started here by Nick and Helen Econom in 1938. The front sign says, "He who has the most knows the most." The best and only good-looking Greek gods and goddesses of Fergus County. All right, nice photograph. I was proud to know them both. They were great folks. There's the second generation. Yeah, Tom and George and some of the others. Okay, 307. Here's the Caceres in their 52 Chevrolet. 53, excuse me. Yep, still got a rumble. Hi, Sue. 308 is a 2013 Dodge Challenger owned by Ken and Terry Thompson. That's what it says. John Thompson is the person that donated that Tonka collection to the museum across the street. He's there in that car. John Thompson, thank you. Here comes a 1961 Metropolitan Nash. America's first attempt at the economy car, driven by Lorna Phillip. They're still trying. 310's a 1978 Volkswagen Dune buggy driven by Mark Ealer. .311 is Steve Ellert. 312, 71 Chevy owned by Donald Smith, driven by Rod Krieger. .313 is a 77 Cadillac Eldorado owned by Darrell Smith, driven by Mike Keitzer. We don't have anything to, let's say, 79 first. 77. Fiat. Thank you. Here comes a 29 Chrysler Model 65 owned by David Baird, driven by Phil Baird. And the horn works. Good job, Phil. Number 316 is a 1956 International owned and driven by Ron and Betty Brinkman from over at Coffee Creek. Two weeks in a row, you guys are on the great circuit. Good to see you. 317 is a 54 Chevy, owned and driven by Adrian Gasvoda, Lake Sandy Country. 318, 1925 Model T owned by Kelly Bolstead. Was in the parade in 1963. driven then by Alvin Bolstead. .319 is a 38 Dodge Businessman's Coupe. Came all the way from Pendleton, Oregon. .320, 47 Willys Jeep, bought from Tress Allen and restored, owned by Chuck and Dolly Lee. Driven by Rod Bowling from Denton. .321's a 53 Ford F100. Originally owned by Bud Lee from Denton, used on the farm. Now it's owned by Chuck and Dolly. .322 is a 35 Hudson Terraplane. Don Carver built this in memory of his grandson, Jace Dillon. .323 is a 31 Pontiac, owned and driven by Joe and Dorothy Spica from Denton, now Lewistown. .324 is a 72 Chevy 3/4 ton. It's a Stoltz pickup driven by Rod Stoltz, class of 68. Nate Stoltz is the owner. .325, a 64 Comet Caliente driven by Will Van Hour. .326 is a 63 Plymouth Valiant, owned and driven by Bob Farmer from Geraldine. Hi, Bob. Nice hat. Good to see you. 2 weeks in a row. .327 is a 79 Ford F-150, owned and driven by Dan and Sherry Stilson from Lewistown. Okay, .328. 51 Chevy Bel Air, owned and driven by Tom Philp. Yes, sir. Quite a car. Owned and driven by Tom and Elaine Philp. This one's driven by Elaine. .330 is a 56 Lincoln Capri. It's taken 4 years to restore this. It's owned by Roy Peters of Roy. Looking good, Roy. .331 is an international pickup owned by Paul Burnham. Driven by Paul. .332 is a 57 International, owned and by Paula Burnham. Driven by Paula. Good job, Paula. Where's your real estate sign on the side? Yeah. Stop in and have a cup of coffee on her at the Empire Cafe. .333, another international pickup owned by the Burnhams. This one's driven by Pat. .318 is a Model T owned by Kelly Bolstead. 1925 Model T. Here comes the number 334. Here's a 25 Model T. It's up 1 ton, owned by Billy Arthur. Just got it running yesterday. Hi, Bill. Son of Tony Arthur from Suffolk. And it was Tony's dream to have that truck in the Centennial Parade. Well, they finally made her. .335 is a four-door sedan owned by Bob Hurley, driven by Lorraine with all the grandkids. .52 Ford F1 owned by Jerry Jenkins of Lewistown. Thanks, Jerry. .337 is a 1941 Dodge Army truck owned by Don Smith, driven by Gary Boyce. If you want a good, comfortable ride, don't do that one. All right. Here's a 338, it's a 66 Olds Tornado owned by Mac Wendland. 339 is a 55 Ford owned by Daryl Smith, driven by Jim Pearson and Raleigh. Sitting pretty close there, kids. $340. Oh, who is this? Mick Jimerson, really? Good to see you, Mick. The 70 Harley he's driving. 341 is a, or excuse me, 342. 49 Plymouth, Special Deluxe, ridden by Greg Metzik. And 343 is a 69 Chevy Chevelle, owned by Keith and KT Carlstrom. Here's the farm equipment now. These are, this is the way it was. And then we're going to see new machinery. 400 is Mark Hagen's 8N Ford pulling Daryl Smith's McCormick binder. 401 Daryl Smith's MD Farmall pulling Daryl's case threshing machine. .402 is going to be Matt Wickens, his 1928 Chevy truck. This was Frank Casero's dad's truck. Hi, Dwayne. Good to see you. Dwayne and Keith or Kevin, one of the boys there. 403 is Les Slipka's Farmall 75A. That's a 40-foot header on that. 40 foot. .404 combine belongs to Slipka Grain and Ag. It's a K7230. Case IH. 405 is the Slipka's 2006 Peterbilt grain truck. .406. Here's your John Deere. Belongs to the Spokes Ranch. The John Deere 720 diesel. TJ, good to see you. Cool, the Studebaker wagon. Last wagon sold by Winifred Hardware. And all the Stoltz grandkids and great-grandkids. Here comes Slipka Grain. Lester's driving the Minneapolis tractor that his dad purchased. Shane's driving a 1955 John Deere 70. He's going out to feed the heifers. Got some help in the back wagon there. Andy Lou and Matt Slipka. Looking good there. 409 is the truck owned by Daryl Smith. It's a 46 Ford. He's the original owner. Original owners were the Stansley Ranch, the Bar M. Hart Ranch. The 410 is going to be Daryl's 1954 R170. Bought new from the DY Garage. Here's the little David Bradley tractor, a Parable. And the David Bradley tractors, 1.5 horsepower. Dusty Philp on the far side. Door 12 is Dusty Philp driving a, Earl Philp. This case is a Model D, originally bought by Charles Philp, steel wheels. Door 14 is Joe Florence, 4020 John Deere. He's the original owner. Door 15 is Robert's Red Angus Ranch, 1955. TO35 Ferguson, owned by Will Vanow. 416 is a 49 Minneapolis U. Lot new from Fred Crow Implement, owned by Howard Eller. .417 is 53 John Deere M, owned by Jerry Van Hour. .418 is Jerry Van Hour driving a 53 Ford NAA Golden Jubilee. Number 420 is Chuck Lee's McCormick W30. This is bought originally by Bud Lee. Jay Lee is the driver right now. All from Denton. .419, 57 Minneapolis G propane. This originally was owned by Zeph Ronish from Denton. Kim Hansen, you won a cookbook over at the Community Center. Limpus Family Cookbook. Here's Dan Mason driving the 47 McCormick W4. Russ Mason driving, isn't it? That's Russ. Yeah, it is. Good to see you. And number 422 is a Ford 2N, owned and driven by Bob Simmerhuckle from Lewistown, originally from Roy. .423 is a 44 McCormick H, driven by Dan Mason. .425 is Frank Grummel driving a 39 John Deere Model BN. .425 is a float by Witchman Ag Supply. Greg and Tammy Witchman. Vermeer balers and rakes, and now they're dealers for Heston. .426. 1950 McCormick WD9, driven by Mike Schmidt, in memory of Werner Schmidt. 1950 WD9. Oh, that's running good. Wow. Number 500. This is the first rural fire engine. Bought in 1977. It's a 69 International, still in service. 501 is the Winifred Rural Fire District. .502, another. This is the East Engine. .503 is the Polaris Ranger and Rescue Boat for the Winifred Fire District. District. Stationed at the new fire hall in Roy. 506 is the Hilda Fire Department. Stationed at the new fire hall. .507 is the Denton Rural Fire District, 210 with 3 brush trucks. .508 is their main fire engine over in Denton. Oh, Winifred, excuse me. .509 is the truck on loan from the DNRC stationed in Winifred. And you have the Roy ambulance and the Winifred ambulance, and we hope that nobody has to use those this weekend. Why don't you give all the participants in the parade a tremendous round of applause, and thank you for being here for the 100th year celebration. Okay, thank you folks. Thanks for your participation. Grand day. Enjoy yourselves throughout the rest of the weekend. Travel safely going home.